We all face moments when we feel weak, fragile, and in need of support. And we need someone to be with us, take care of our affairs, and calm us. That's why we rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's protection at every moment, and we cannot afford to rely solely on our own selves, not even for the blink of an eye. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us this beautiful dua in which we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's continuous protection and security. Let us explore this supplication together and understand its significance in our daily lives. Anas bin Mālik radiyallahu anh narrates that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to his daughter Fāṭimah radiyallahu anha, "Ma yamna'uki an tasma'i ma usiki bih?" What prevents you from doing what I advise you to do? An taquli idha asbahti wa idha amsayt. That you say in the morning and in the evening, Ya Hayyu ya Qayyum, bi rahmatika astaghith, aslih li sha'ni kullah, wa la takilni ila nafsi tarfata ayn. O the ever-living, the sustainer of all, I seek assistance through your mercy. Rectify all of my affairs, and do not entrust me to myself for the blink of an eye. Let us dive deeper into this supplication and develop a better understanding. This incredible dua starts by calling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with his beautiful name Al-Hayy, which means the ever-living. Now when we say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ever-living, it is really different from how we, the human being, experience life. Our lives are full of ups and downs. We get sick, we get tired, we sleep, and of course, our lives have a beginning and an end. But Allah's life is absolute and perfect. He has always existed and He will always exist. He never sleeps, He never loses power, and He is always there for us. So when we call upon Al-Hayy, we are reaching out to the one who is eternally present and always ready to respond to our calls. Next, we call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the name Al-Qayyum, which means the sustainer of all. Al-Qayyum is a powerful name because it reminds us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only exists on His own, but He is also the sustainer of whatever exists in this universe. He is the one who created us. He takes care of all of our needs. He provides us and He protects us. When we say Al-Qayyum, we acknowledge that Allah is fully capable of handling everything. He is always there. He can fulfill all of our needs. There is something amazing about these two beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are part of Asma'ul Husna. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah has the greatest name, and if you ask Him using this name, your supplication will be accepted. Many of our scholars believe that this greatest name include these two names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the beginning of this dua. Al-Hayy, Al-Qayyum, the ever-living, the sustainer of all. How incredible is that? Let us always remember to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using these beautiful names with full faith and conviction. After calling upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with most beautiful of His names, we ask for His assistance through His mercy. Bi rahmatika astaghith, I seek assistance through your mercy. The first word bi rahmatika is composed of three parts: bi, rahma, and ka. Bi means by, with, or through, and rahma means mercy, and ka means your, refers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So bi rahmatika means by your mercy. Astaghith means I seek assistance. Bi rahmatika astaghith, I seek assistance through your mercy, or I seek assistance by your mercy. It is a very generic statement because we didn't specify what assistance we need. It's because we need Allah's help and His assistance in all aspects of our lives. Next, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to rectify all of our affairs in this life and the life hereafter. Aslih li sha'ni kullah, rectify all of my affairs. The first word aslih means make right or reform, and li means for me. Then we have sha'ni, which means my affairs. Finally, the word kullahu means all of it, means all of my affairs and all of my matters. We have matters related to money, education, job, health, and whatnot. We want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to rectify all of them. Aslih li sha'ni kullah. O Allah, make right all of my affairs. Finally, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be our guardian and caretaker and do not leave us to ourselves even for a very brief moment. وَلَا تَكِلْنِي إِلَى نَفْسِي طَرْفَةَ عَيْنٍ, and do not entrust me to myself for the blink of an eye. The first word is wala, which means do not. Next we have takilni, which means entrust me. Wala takilni, and do not entrust me. Then we have ila nafsi. Ila means to or towards, and nafsi means myself. Ila nafsi, to myself. Wala takilni ila nafsi, and do not entrust me to myself. Next we have tarfata ayn. Tarfa means a blink. This gives a sense of a very brief moment in time, and ayn means eye. Tarfata ayn means the blink of an eye. Wala takilni ila nafsi tarfata ayn, and do not leave me to my own self even for the blink of an eye. Here we are asking Rabbul Alameen, Allāhu subhanahu wa ta'ala, for his continuous guidance and support. And we acknowledge that we cannot live without his help and constant protection and supervision, not even for a moment as brief as the blink of an eye. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, O the ever-living, the sustainer of all, bi rahmatika astaghith, I seek assistance through your mercy. Aslih li sha'ni kullah, rectify all of my affairs. Wala takilni ila nafsi tarfata ayn, and do not entrust me to myself for the blink of an eye.